Hello, welcome to Pride of London Fan TV. Ali here, bringing you my match review of the game at Elland Road between Leeds United and Crystal Palace, which of course finished 1-0 to Leeds. And all I want for Christmas is Andersen and James McArthur back, fit, and in the team. Let's get into it then. A really frustrating night for Palace. Another goal given away right at the death. And if you look back on the last three games, Burnley, Villa, and Leeds, if you said we'd have 1 point out of 9, we would have been massively disappointed. There's no doubt the momentum that we were building in our season has been lost. I don't really have too many complaints about the result today, to be honest with you. I felt like it was always going to swing either way. No one ever really got control of the game. Let's go into Vieira's rating. I'm going to give Vieira 6. I thought it was an interesting midfield selection with Jeffrey Schlupp. I think the one thing that's really clear is that in the summer we did a great job in a short space of time to build a team with players of the style that Vieira wanted. But we haven't had time to build a squad of players that can play the way Vieira wants. And that's abundantly clear, that when Andersen is out of the team, we cannot pass out of the back. That's nothing against James Tompkins, who I think actually defended heroically at times today, but he hasn't got that skill set. And we become a very different team. Without James McArthur, of course, we lose that energy, that tenacity, someone who can sit a bit deep and let Gallagher get a bit further forward and give him the freedom that he's enjoyed this season. We are definitely suffering without those two. That's not an excuse. We could have still won today. And the game was there for the taking. I think, no disrespect, I don't think it was a great performance from either team. And I think, I don't think even Leeds fans could disagree that they couldn't have complained if they lost. We can't complain about losing because neither side ever got control of that game. And I think what Vieira did in his team selection by picking Schlupp and Jordan Ayew was to try and match Leeds in their intensity and pressing. And I think, we did that at times, but at the loss of ever really gaining any control in the middle. And I don't think Leeds ever gained control either. The first half was like playground football, up and down, up and down. And I think maybe just Vieira maybe backed on the fact really that on our bench, I felt personally, we had enough firepower to come on and maybe win us the game. And I think Christian Benteke almost did that. And you could say that he should have done it. We probably brought Elise on too late. Didn't use Eze. Maybe, that's a fitness issue still. But I said before the game that my team's front three would have been Saha, Edouard, and Benteke. A lot of people saying they thought Jordan Ayew was very good tonight, and he did what you thought Jordan Ayew would do. He ran a lot, he worked hard, he won the ball back, he started attacks, but again he was poor in the final third in his decision making and his final product. And I can't help but think at times if someone else a bit more clinical had been in the areas that he had been in, we could have won that game. You could argue that he did well to get in those areas. I understand that. But in the end of the day, you're looking for your forward players to create goals and score goals. And again, Jordan Ayew has failed to do that. So I don't think you can describe his performance as brilliant. I do feel like he needs a bit of luck to go his way, and maybe winning that penalty that I think in the first half should have been a penalty. That might have been a bit of a springboard for him and a bit of a moment for him, but we were denied that penalty. I don't think VAR reviewed it because I don't think it was clear and obvious. I think it was up to the ref to call it, and he failed to do so. No complaints about the penalty at the end. You cannot stick your hand up like that. And the biggest shame about that was I thought we actually, on the whole, defended set plays better. But that was very, very naive from Mark Gahey, a young centre-back still learning. And, he's had a great season, even scoring 2 goals recently. And obviously we forgive and we forget and we move on. Hopefully he learns from that mistake. Where do we go from here, really? I think, hopefully, I don't think we can go with the same central midfield. We've got to gain a bit more. We can't, I think we'll get absolutely run over at Old Trafford if we go in with that central midfield. I think we need someone in there to sit deep. Is that man Will Hughes? He had a bit of a cameo role. He is alive, everyone. Will Hughes is alive. They can no longer stop the books. Where's Will in the club shop? He was there. I thought he did all right when he came on. Had a bit of running in him. At this point, I think you might as well throw someone in there because I don't think we can go with that same central midfield at Old Trafford. You might as well get Will Hughes in there, see if he'll sit deep. He also took set plays, which was interesting. But we have a central midfielder who is good at set plays after putting up with Lucas set plays for the last few years. Let's give him a go. I don't think we've got anything to lose, really, on Sunday at the weekend. Let's put Will Hughes in there for me alongside Kiate, who Kiate did what Kiate does. He made some great blocks and made some really bad passes. But I would keep Kiate in there because I thought he was very, very crucial in us, keeping Leeds at bay at times. Joel Ward suspended as well. So who comes in for him? Most probably Nathaniel Klein, who we've not seen this season. So all in all, a hugely frustrating night for Palace. We've certainly lost the momentum that we had. 1 point out of the last 3 games is massively disappointing. Can we regain that momentum at Old Trafford? Well, we did win in Manchester earlier on in the season. Let me know what you would do with the team on Sunday. Be very, very interested. Who comes in for you? For me, definitely I would bring Will Hughes in for Schlupp, and probably would keep Jordan Ayew in for his work rate, to be honest. Who would you play up front, Benteke or Edouard? Maybe both. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you've liked this video, please press that subscribe button.